Welcome to this installment of Vocab Wednesday. Today we have words drawn from the article of the month. So if you haven't read that article, I encourage you to do so. In that article, you will encounter such cool words as felonious, a pretty easy word to remember if you focus on the first few letters. Felon. Felon is someone who commits a heinous, grievous crime, a terrible crime. And therefore, if you do something that is worthy of you getting thrown into the slammer, that would be felonious. So if you drive 200 miles an hour into oncoming traffic, you're definitely engaging in something felonious. And of course, don't cheat on the GRE, because that too is felonious. Next, we have this big, fancy sounding word. It's kind of a silly word, but I did not make it the English language, I promise. This word, interlocutor, means somebody who talks to you. Yeah, that's it. So if you're standing there, and someone comes up and goes, "Hey, Chris, how's your day? How are you doing?" It engages you in a conversation. That person is your interlocutor. Notice the roots, inter, between, locutor, loquacious, talking or speaking. So just a fancy way of saying anybody you happen to be conversing with. Right now, my only interlocutor is myself, which doesn't quite work. Next, we have Hinterlands. So two definitions, or two levels of definitions, I should say. One is the literal, the other the figurative. The literal definition is somewhere way out there, beyond that building, beyond that tree, beyond that mountain, out in the countryside somewhere. Those are the hinterlands. For instance, California, popular place, high population density in certain parts though. But you head that way and you keep driving. You're going to come to where there are all the cows mooing away merrily for hundreds of miles, and that would be the hinterland or the hinterlands of California. Now, figuratively speaking, it's any area that's just kind of far off the map, so to speak. So the hinterlands of science, what actually goes on there as far as genetics are concerned? Are they cloning weird half sheep, half goat, 1/3 dragon, which doesn't work mathematically, probably wouldn't work in real life, but if it's the hinterlands, no one really knows what's going on out there, it may just work. Scary stuff. Finally, and a totally annoying word. I think it's annoying. Heretofore. Why? It just means up until this point. And it has this kind of, I don't know if it's Shakespearean or just kind of stuck up snobby way of saying, "Oh, heretofore, I have not used the word heretofore in conversation," meaning up until this point, up until now. So heretofore, there has been no other video installments or segments of GRE vocabulary. And now, of course, we have Vocab Wednesdays. Really, that's all it's doing, but it's a word that could pop up in a reading passage. You don't want to throw you off, or even, of course, in a text completion. So now we know heretofore. And if you didn't know that word, heretofore, you hadn't known it, now you do, and I will see you